there, campers. My name is Paul Hughes. I am the Lord of Leisure, and welcome to a hotel room, of which there's nothing seedy or anything going on here. Well, yeah, I dare say there are in various other hotel rooms here, because obviously various people hire prostitutes and various other things, because that's obviously what everyone does when in a hotel room. Or perhaps order some yogurt or something. Who can possibly say? But anyway, the reason why I figure I'd talk to you from this lovely hotel room, just for a change, is because for me, it's the end of the first day wandering around at the NEC for EGX 2018. And I figured, given that I was able to only play 3 games in the afternoon, as well as do a huge amount of wandering around and, queuing in other respects as well, because one of the things about huge Gaming Expo things, especially for idiots like me, who just come along going about all the latest and greatest things, is that you pretty much will spend an awful lot of time standing up, waiting and waiting and waiting, and definitely this year is no different. I mean, when I'm filming this is the first afternoon for me at EGX at the NEC. But this is day 3 for a lot of other people, and they must be buggered right now. I mean, frankly, come tomorrow, which is the last day of EGX, I dare say they'll all be the undead, or failing that, smelly. Either way, it's not going to be good. But before going off to beddy buys, or possibly even just playing Shaq Fu on the Switch that I managed to get hold of today, yay! I thought I'd tell you about the 3 games that I managed to get in the time I had, which was from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. Yeah, 3 games in that time. Basically, as I said, if you're going to wait, you're going to end up waiting for an awful long time, especially for anything big. Now, any of the big hitters like Metro, Assassin's Creed, The Division 2, obviously Call of Duty Black Ops, and all the other big ones, you're going to end up waiting for yonks. And to be perfectly honest, this is why I was happy to bring the Switch along, because I imagine I'm going to do more gaming standing in a queue with the Nintendo Switch in my hand rather than actually sit in front of the machine. Because 2 of the 3 games, you basically get 15 minutes to give it a go, and that's about it. And they were Hitman 2 and Assassin's Creed Odyssey, or Assassin's Creed Oranges again. You know, I may as well just keep calling the same thing that they called last year's game, frankly. First of all, Hitman 2. It was set during, well, pretty much the demo that they've shown to everyone during a Grand Prix, when you're supposed to take care of a couple of people, one of which is driving in the race, the other is wandering around like being all schmoozy about some new technology or otherwise. But they're jolly naughty people, because apparently they sold weapons to a person who is definitely not North Korean in any shape or form. No, yeah, they are. They really are. So you pretty much get to wander around the pit area, providing you find the right costume. Pretty much you're going to see not an awful lot has changed from E3. It is pretty much the same demo where you're wandering around, you try and get into certain areas, obviously undetected, kill people, blah, 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 you know, as an elite hitman. It was on the PlayStation 4 Pro. It looked very nice when playing. I tended to screw up more often than not. I've got to be honest. I screw up the first few times when playing a Hitman level. Absolutely. And so I need to go back again and again and again to learn the routines and so on. So obviously with 15 minutes, it was a case of running around trying to just nab costumes and see where I could go here then in the time allotted. And overall, it's more of the same at the moment. I cannot possibly comment more than that, just from the 15 minutes I had with Hitman 2. But then again, I liked Hitman, especially when they redid it with the episodic load way of doing things. and the levels that they brought in with the volume of the crowd and everything else, and the opportunities that rose, it's pretty much all there from what I can tell with this. Therefore, if you liked Hitman, you will like Hitman 2, especially when it comes out completely. I think in November. Is it November? I can't remember. Next one is actually out. Is it next week or the week after? Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which is basically Assassin's Creed in Greece, and from the demo that they set up, it was Gamescom, the Gamescom 2018 demo that they were showing there. So obviously they weren't going to redo anything, especially for this, or indeed there's another show in Berlin actually next week. They'll probably just take it there, do the exact same thing. And there was a point where you go up and talk to a Spartan thing. Will you fight for Sparta? Yes, no. And then you go into a massive battlefield with lots and lots of people who will try and beat the shit out of you, and you just have to keep rolling around, dodging, all the rest of it. I failed miserably, and I died over and over and over again, and I got bored actually quite quickly. Not so much the dying over and over again. You basically, for the demo, you get just dropped into things, and after dying a few times, I wandered around what little countryside there was, obviously in the time again. You have to try and see an awful lot, as much as humanly possible, and the best I can describe it, it's a copy and paste of Assassin's Creed Origins. Just with different texture work. And yeah, different characters, I guess. But all in all, it's, if you've played Assassin's Creed Oranges, sorry, I've got Assassin's Creed Oranges in my head now, and now I want to call it all Oranges or Origins or Odyssey. Basically, screw it, it's interchangeable. You played last year's Assassin's Creed Origins, yeah, and if you like that, if you want more of the same, but with, oh sorry, tell a lie, with an added boat battle thing, because they know everyone liked that from Assassin's Creed 4, so they've got to find the excuse to put it back in somehow, so that everyone goes, yay, all over again, and it is the exact same mechanics. By all means, spend your money on it, but there's no, just from my brief little playthrough, no, 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 no. And finally, and this is possibly a terrible thing on my part. I can't even remember what the last game is called. I can only describe it to you. It's a horror game that was shown again on the PlayStation. It's coming out on Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. I'll probably have to put something in the description at a later time when I can actually remember what it is. I think it was into the something. Anyway, apparently it's kind of like it's a similar setup to Until Dawn, where you get this group of fucking morons who want to go out and about, but then they end up going to a ship that is, oh, there's scary things there, and in essence it's a walking jump scare simulator. So I played that for 10 minutes. I died through quick time events. I got bored and wandered off. And that's literally it. That's all I played the first day in 5 hours. The one thing that I do want to do tomorrow morning is at least get into to play Metro Exodus, simply because when it comes to February next year, that is definitely one of the ones I'm really looking forward to, as well as Resident Evil 2, the redo thing. And I'm not a fan of horror games, obviously, just attesting to talking about a game that I can't even remember the bloody name of as a walking jump scare simulator. Yet that, had more going for it than just being, all jump scares like everything has to be when it comes to horror games. Well, actually, I suppose maybe for the most part with horror films as well. But no, Metro Exodus, where effectively you're going across the Russian wasteland, as it were, after all the shenanigans and dilly-dallying. Especially, you are leaving the metro system in Moscow to effectively find, a better place to live. From the story that I get, and I want to see what exactly that they've got for us at this. And then after that, I'm pretty much going to just be trying to get in anything I can. That's kind of it. But it'll be at a more casual pace because there's genuinely no way you can cover absolutely everything at these things. And frankly, I haven't got the money to in any case. I just do this for shits and giggles. Look at me. I'm in a hotel room on a Saturday night. This is what hip and happening people do. They sit in their room, talk to a smartphone, which is perched right over there, and go. Yeah, you see, everyone else goes out, gets drunk, vomits on other people, and then goes to Abracadabra wanting cucumbers or whatever it is people order at 3 in the morning, and and I'm here doing this, and then like an old man, I will just go over there shortly. Yeah, because obviously that is how I party. You heard it here first, campers. Anyway, that's kind of my little rendition of the first day of EGX for me. Obviously, it's day 3 of EGX as a whole, and probably everyone has got fatigue up to God knows what. So let's see what tomorrow brings. I'm gonna just crawl into bed like the party pooper I am. And until next time, campers, take it easy, and I will speak to you more with more oomph, with more drivel and nonsensical whimsicalness, and yeah, I should just say bye at this point, shouldn't I? Bye!